Hey Drew, hey Kyle, what's up? Let me get this up here like this. We good to go. Hey, what's up everybody? Good to see you guys, man. Was it Moto Plays? There you go. I gave you a shout out. Moto Plays. Of course I said your name, Drew. What's up? Didn't you win some markers from me, right? So you're good to go. Mr. Krish, what's up? How's everybody doing? Well, I did him in my hero glass painting, but it was actually just to show an example. But today I'm doing Demon Slayer, so I'm going to just do a live Demon Slayer glass art, so you guys can actually see my process, and this way you can have an idea of how I get. That's the one, Tanjiro. That's right. Wow said it. Tanjiro is who I'm doing today. So you guys can get an idea. This from beginning to end. I have the glass, the frame right here. I'm trying to open this thing right here. You can show me the animation, but not right now. Ah, yes. I just started Demon Slayer, so I'm not that far into it as yet. But I really like the character. I want to finish up Titan before I fully engage myself with the Demon Slayer, but I've watched a couple episodes. Megorium! How's it going? Yeah, I figured I would do a live stream today, man. I'm having such a hard time opening this frame thingy here. There we go. Hey, Drew, you can order more ink. You can order refills from digblick.com. So if they run out, you definitely can order them. I'm still trying to open this thing. It's driving me nuts. Let me see if I can get my... Ah, here we go. My X-Acto Blade right here. Yeah, this will fix its wagon. Wow, that's it. Pow, right there. See? Easy, breezy. Open that up, right? There we go. And these frames are really cool because you pop them out from the front like this right here. So see? Yeah. There you go. And then I can put them on here as I go along. And this is our subject for today. See that? Alright, so I'm going to show you guys how I transfer it. Oh, you're playing N64 Super Mario? That's so funny. The struggle is real, Elizabeth. I get my paints from the same place that I get everything else, which is digblick.com. They have links in my, what do we call it? In my videos. Alright, so let me see here. I'm gonna... Let's see. Move that camera up a little bit. Alright, so pay attention, peoples. I'm going to put the glass over the drawing, right? And I'm going to take the glass down to the drawing. You guys can see my camera right there. Isn't that cool? Demarion, what's up? Man, you are up late, bro. I know in England it's like 3 a.m. in the morning or something, isn't it? Wow, wow, that's right. You won the Ninja Turtle drawing. That's right. Congratulations on that. I knew you won something. I wasn't sure. I couldn't remember what it was that you won. But I remember pulling your name for something. All right, let me bring this a little closer. Maybe I can show you guys. Man, everything seems to be going wrong today. All right, let's bring this a little closer right there. This way you guys can get a better look at what it is I'm doing. Stinky, how you doing? All right, so next phase is the marker phase, and to do the lines, I used what they call the Identi pen, and you guys can see it right there. You can also get this from dickblick.com, where I get all my other things. I'll leave a link in the description for this video. But this thing, not only is it super permanent, it's opaque, but it doesn't bleed or smudge when you do acrylics over it. And the great thing about this pen is that it has two edges. It has a broad nib right there, and then it has a fine nib. I hardly use the fine nib unless it's for like really fine details. But I usually just use the broad nib. Yes, I can just send me that in the comments, because every time you guys suggest a anime character, I always put it on my list, and I just go down the list. I just go down the list to draw them. Mighty Geek Studios. You have a signed copy of the Samurai God Ashcan? Now that is epic. That is epic. That means you know me from my convention days. I know, right, Megorium? Tonight, let's make 20,000. Share the stream. Yeah, I'm gonna do One Punch. I have him on my list. Demara, you just have to write down. Just come up with a good idea and just write down some characters and stuff, and then just work from there, man. Aw, thanks, Megorium. Mighty Geek Studios, man. You definitely just kind of hit me in the heart with that Samurai God Ashcan comment. That was pretty cool. I think I have like one or two of those left. Can you do a painting of my YouTube profile and send it to me? No. Drew, the markers are enough. I sent you the markers so you can do your own drawings, man. Come on. Oh, man. Well, then Demarion, think outside the box. Because, like, okay, if you do a comic book, right? Think more like anime. Like, if you look at the anime characters and stuff, man, they're so different than, like, say, Marvel characters. So think in between. Think if Marvel and anime had a baby, what would the characters look like? Motto Plays, there's a $ at the bottom of the chat. You can click on that, and then it allows you to donate. All right, so I'm gonna start these lines right now. As you see, I'm using the what do we call it here? I gotta get this much bigger on. A chicken nugget anime comic. Okay, let's go with that. Oh my goodness. I did Sasuke for a phone. Whatchamacallit? I did Sasuke for a phone cover. Drew, you've been a watcher since next DHC. That was a few months ago, right? I always like to start from one end of the picture and then go to the other end because I don't want my hands to run over the lines. I'll get to Muzan. I'll get to Muzan. You guys are great for coming out, man. I appreciate it. I haven't done a live stream in a while, so I figured it's time to get on here and say hello to my peoples, man. Out of all the YouTubers that have subbed, you are more better than any other, in my opinion. Thanks a lot, Drew. Appreciate that. Thank you so much. Luffy. I'll get to Luffy. He's on my list too. Oh, Mato, what you did you win that? No, wasn't you that won that, right? Mato at the Scribble IO. That was a lot of fun though, playing Scribble IO. That was a lot of fun. I need to do that again. Just get on here and play Scribble IO with you guys. That was a lot of fun, man. You guys had really good drawings. Thanks, Wow Wow. Yeah, Megorium, I'm always trying to get everything right, actually, not just the colors. It's a lot of studying and staring, and but thank you for noticing. Just gonna turn this aside a little bit. Have you guys been trying anime glass art? Has anybody out there been trying the glass art? Let me see. I have, and I did a Sage Mode Naruto. Oh, you did a Sage Mode Naruto? Drew, if you can send me a picture of that, that'd be appreciated. Okay. Well, Gorham, I think you should try the anime glass art. I think you'd be good at it. Ah, Tamioka Weeb. Wow, that's a high list right there. I'd love to see you guys anime glass art, man. I think I'm gonna ask you guys to like post it on Instagram or something so I can check your stuff out. I'd love to see you guys stuff. Aiden, I use the Identi pen. They're very opaque and they're permanent. They're really, really cool. So I always suggest to people that they use the Identi pen. Like in my other glass anime videos, there are links to where you can buy the Identi pen. So definitely check it out. It's hard to see with the light here, but I'm just gonna have to turn this a little bit. Here we go. Because the reflection was in the light there a little bit, so I couldn't really see what I was doing. But now I can see what I'm doing. I'm good to go. Hey, I'm streaming.
Tanjiro?
That's my son sneaking in the room. Let me see. Yeah, no spamming, people. Spamming is so not cool, bruh. That's right. So whoever's spamming, no spamming. Agorium, I think I should make you, what do they call that thing? What do they call that thing, Magorium? Moderator, yes. I think I'm going to make Magorium a moderator. Hold on a second. Let me see there. Hi, Magorium. You're now a moderator. Enjoy the power. Okay. There. I think we got all the parts down. Everything else can be done with the colors. Let me see. I'm going to use the small markers to do the detail in the hair. I really don't need to do that because I can do that with the color, but I'm just going to do that just to be safe. That's the great thing about having a thin point on this, because you can do little details that you really don't want to be seen. This helps when I'm putting down a paint for me to follow a nice little guideline there. It's really not important because it's so thin. Because there's no hard lines in the detail of the hair, but it helps to have these little thin lines here so that I can know where I'm going more specifically. Okay. All right. I think that might be it, guys. So now after that, we can do a cleanup of the lines. Where did I put my thingy over here? He thinks GST is obnoxious. I think he's obnoxious too, but he's an obnoxious millionaire. Thanks, Mado. I have a ton of mods already, Drew. I'm trying to limit my mods, but Magorium is. I've been promising Magorium for months to make her mod. So she's mod. Mod. All right, let me see what I got here. got here. All right. That there. All right. So the big deal now is to remove this. Hopefully, I have all the details that I need. Actually, I'm just gonna do this. Again, just a fine detail here with the thin part of the marker. All right, I think I'm good. So now we do the remove. Thanks, Ultimate Gamer. Drew, what were you asking? What does that do? What does Moderator do? You can, like, you know, kick people out, and you can, what is it? What else? You can put people in timeout. All right, so there we have it. What do you think? Looks good? Actually, I think I may have forgotten the line in the middle of the sword, so I'm going to just put that right now. I have to make you a mod, Drew. Thanks, Megoria. My copying skills are next level. My copying skills are next level. Alright, so it's like, now as you guys may or may not know, I usually do my painting, quote unquote, with the squeeze bottles. See? So I don't use for some things, especially for some things on this, I'm going to use some brushes. But mostly it's going to be me using the squeeze bottles that I spoke about in the video. Yeah, I'm sorry, I was just reading the comments, and to do the work here. So let me see. What do I start with first? Let's go with how about the hair? What do I start with first? Maybe the hair I should start with first. What do you think? What do you guys think? Let me see. What should I start with first? Let's start with. Let's start with the clothes first. I'll start with the clothes, and then I'll go to the hair. All right. So what I'll do is I'll start with the shadows on the clothes. As a matter of fact, not even the shadows on the clothes. I'll start with the bright parts on the clothes. All right. So, what's up, Pixelator J?
Alright, I guess we're doing this now.
No, we're not doing this now. What's up?
So, yeah, I just want to say hi. We came back.
Okay, we came back.
You got your
That's good. See,
how many people watching?
I don't know. I think it's like 20 people.
By the way, I have an idea I wanted to talk to you about.
Okay, talk to me about it later, okay? I gotta do this. Alright, later, kid. That's my son, Pixelator J. First time I tried this, I drew Kuro Sensei and his head, but really weird, and it looked bad. Also, when I went to the paint, the black outline started smudging and mixed with the paint, so it looked bad. Okay, Aiden, what did you use to make the black lines, and what did you use for the paint? Because I made the black lines with the Identi pen, and now I'm going to go in with acrylic paint. Okay? So right now I'm just filling in the spots that I need to fill in with the paint. Now this is a lot like pancake art, and so yeah, you can basically kind of liken it to that. I think I forgot one little line here. There we go. Yep, I actually have JoJo on my list, James. So he's gonna be coming up soon, or they're gonna be coming up soon. So stay tuned, all right? And usually I do these with, for the black line I used a off-brand Sharpie, and for the paint I used Apple Barrel paint, but I forgot to shake it. I didn't add water. I still don't know how to add water. Well, okay, so Aiden, one of the things about doing this is that you have to be careful not to make the paint too liquid. If you make the paint too liquid, it'll definitely break the lines. All right, and you also have to use the right marker, man. You have to use the right marker for the lines, because a lot of the markers, they're not very good quality. They're not even permanent, and as soon as the paint hits the marker, forget it. It's gone. So you have to, you have to be careful to know which marker to use. All right, wow, take care, man. Thanks for stopping in. No. Demarion, you do the paint on the same side that you do the um, the lines. But I know what you mean. Like flip the graphic. Well, if you meant flip the graphic, let me know. But you do the paint on the same side that you do the lines on. You don't flip it over. All right, so I think we finished that light green part. The next part is the dark green, but we have to wait till the light green dries. So while that's drying, I'm gonna do a different part of the character here. I might do the highlights in her hair black. So let me see. Yeah, I'm gonna go in black with the shading and the. Let's see here. So As with this, the thing with these squirt bottles or these is that they get clogged up, so you have to use one of these pins to unclog them, and then you're good to go. See that? Just kind of unplug them with the pin, and you're ready to rock. Hey, cute Chuli, how you doing? I'm glad I got in your recommendation box. That's awesome. Nope, this is not the paint that I'm looking for. These are not the droids you're looking for. Alright, so I gotta do another. That was the gray. I need to do black. Need to do black. Alright, let's see if this works. I tried looking for Posca markers. I looked everywhere like Walmart, Home Depot, and even at art store. I just couldn't find it, and I looked it up online and went to get here. Aiden, are you in the United States? You're not in the United States then, right? Yeah, okay, so the actual graphic itself, you have to flip it because once you're done, you have to flip it over for it to be on the right side. But sometimes I do it and I totally forget to flip, and I just do it the other way. I figure it's okay either way. But yeah, you are supposed to flip the graphic first and then print it out to do it. So you're right in that respect. Marion. But this one I didn't even flip. I just printed it out. But I have to remember. I have to like put a note that I have to flip these things, man, or else. I mean, it doesn't really matter because either way, either way is good. It doesn't really change anything. But if you want to do it the way that it comes out in the picture that you did it in, then of course you flip it. So while one part is drying, you work on another part. I'll show you guys what to do to like make them dry quicker. Like I usually put a fan on it to make it dry quicker. I should have a fan on it now so it should be drying, but hold on a second. Let's see if I can get this fan on here without messing up my own thing. No, I don't think this is gonna work. No, I'm gonna have to, after I do the hair, I'm gonna have to put the fan on it. I need to as well. That'd be a good idea. Thank you. No, I don't. Lightbox, yeah. I mean, a lightbox is one way to do it, but I like to just do it straight from the graphic itself. Oh, I know. All right, let me see here. That's the thing with live streaming. There's always a surprise. Always people coming in and out to give you information, tell you stuff, update you on things. Never a perfect time to do streaming uninterrupted. Now I'll show you how you guys can, because after you do your add your paint and so on, you have to go back, kind of look at it through the light to see if you miss any spots or anything. Because a lot of times when you're doing this, you're missing spots, but you don't see it because you're so close. So after you do your painting, or after you add paint, just kind of hold it up to the light to see where you might have missed any spots or need to do any corrections, and then add the paint there. Yeah, for Hello People, for the line art, I use the, where is it? The Identi pen, right? Let me show you. See that? Identi pen. Let me make sure you guys can see it. All right. And you can find it on dickblake.com. That's where I get it from. And yeah, you can get Posca pens, but if you're using acrylic paints to do your glass art, don't use Posca pens, all right? That's the #1 rule. Do not use Posca pens with acrylic paints if you're doing glass art, because the Posca pens, the lines does not hold up to acrylic paints. Strangely enough, when I use enamel paints, the Posca pens hold up to the enamel paint. I mean, like crazy. I don't understand why, but when you use Posca pens with the acrylic paint, the lines blur, they smudge, they break. Posca paint pens are not that cheap. It all depends. I know, like, from where I buy them, if you buy 6, you can get them for cheaper or whatever. There's always like a discount price, whatever. But it depends on all. Posca pens are good quality, but for glass art, I wouldn't use them with acrylic paints, only with enamel paints. And I use enamel paints most of the time for my glass art. I use enamel paint. But everybody's always asking me about acrylic paints because most people have acrylic paints at their disposal. So that's why, like this live stream, I'm doing it with acrylic paints rather than enamel paints. This way people can relate more to what I'm doing because, like I said, people usually have acrylic paints on hand rather than enamel paints. Wonky Valorant. Sharpie does work, but the thing with the Sharpie is it's not as opaque a marker as, say, the Identi pen. And if the paint is not thick enough, it will break the Sharpie lines. So you have to use thick paint with the Sharpie. No, the it doesn't smudge with Identi pen. But the thing is, you guys have to dab the paint. Don't use brush strokes. You have to dab the paint to avoid it from smudging. If you use brush strokes, it's more likely to smudge. But even with the Identi pen, even if you smudge, it's pretty tough. So it holds up against the brush strokes. But the best way to apply the paint with a brush is to dab it on there. But that's why I use the squeeze bottles, because the squeeze bottles just distributes the paint a nice thick deposit, so you don't even have to worry about dabbing or anything like that. It just squeezes it out like toothpaste and you're good to go. It makes everything so much easier and so much quicker too. Well, there's acrylic gouache, actually, believe it or not, and there's just gouache. Regular gouache is like watercolor, but like a thicker watercolor. But acrylic gouache is like acrylic paint, but only I think it's much like thicker than acrylic paint, than regular acrylic paint. So at this point, I'm gonna put the fan on it, and let me see, let it dry a little bit before I move on to the next step. Let me see, how am I gonna do this? I got the fan here, and while it's drying with the fan, you guys can riddle me with questions about anime art or anything else. So let me just get this all together here. What's a good? Probably should have thought of this before. All right, there we go. Oh my goodness. Let's see. What's a good stable thing to hold this in place? There we go. I'll use that. See me here trying to hold this thing in place, right? Oh my goodness. Alright, so what's going on here? Who's in here? I just started this anime. Okay, what is the thing you're using called? 14 Amos. What thing that I'm using? What are you talking about? Avi B, I'm doing fine, man. How you doing? Rajveer Singh, how much does the paint cost? It depends totally on which brand that you're using. You don't really need expensive paint to do anime glass art. So anywhere, it depends. Just go to the art store website or whatever and just find the cheapest paint you can. Best to use paints that are already liquid in the tube rather than the hard paints. So you can just squeeze it into the bottle and go to work. All right, Megorium. Thanks for stopping in. Aiden, in order to dab in small places, you have to use a small brush. I have different size brushes that I use. Like if you watch any of my videos here, you can see that I'm using, look at how small this brush is. Look how small that is. That's really small. Okay? So, in small places, you'll need small brushes for. And these are totally worth it. So, And these brushes are not that expensive. Oh, the thing I'm using to paint it, right? Those are squeeze bottles. Those are pin nib squeeze bottles, and they're amazing to use for anime art because they make things so much easier. So, regular gouache would probably, but I don't recommend using regular gouache because if water hits it, it'll come right off. So, as far as anime glass art is concerned, definitely go with acrylic paints or enamel paints. Thanks, Abby B. Appreciate it. Rajveer Singh, I'm working on doing a anime glass art contest for sure, but not really just like a glass art contest altogether. But I'm still working out the fine details, but I'm definitely gonna do something in that regard. So you're in my head right now with that. Hello, people. Microns are not suggested to use with this. Don't use microns. They will smudge all the time, 100%. Go with the either Identi pen, and if you have to, go with Sharpies. The microns are not really permanent. I don't think they don't hold to the glass. Like if you put down the Identi pen, like look at this. All right, let me show you something. All right, let me show you something. All right, so this is right here. This is I'm gonna make it a mark right here. Right, I'm gonna make like a lightning mark, like right here. All right, that's the Identi pen. All right, and I'm gonna show you. Let me see. I don't know, just an equal pen, like a micron pen. It's not a micron, but it's just like a micron pen, right? Now, watch what happens when I rub my finger across both of them. See that? The other pen wipes off easily. The Identi pen stays right in place. Doesn't go anywhere. You'd have to scrape it off. And that's the great thing about the Identi pen. It doesn't scrape off. I'm rubbing my finger on it all the time and it doesn't scrape off. So that's why I always suggest using the Identi pen. And also the Sharpie scrapes off too, wipes off too. So I don't have a Sharpie at hand to test it, but that's why I always use the Identi pen. In order to get the Identi pen mark off, you have to scrape it off with like an X-Acto blade. That's the only reason. The only way it comes off. And if you brush it too heavily with acrylic paints. No, Aiden, don't worry about it. I'm here to answer all your questions, man. The more questions you ask, the better, because you're more prepared next time, and it'll be less chance of you making mistakes. So don't be afraid to ask questions. Not if you're using acrylic paints, Lily. Posca is not good for acrylic. Use the Identi pen. That's my go-to. I'm telling everybody, Identi pen. I'm going to put a link in the description below so that you guys can just order it from the website that I usually get it from. It's the best pen that I've found that works for anime glass art. Hey, Angel, what's up, man? Meraki, is that true? You actually got an ad for Demon Slayer after this video? That's so funny. Can you do All Might for one of your glass art videos? I'll put it on. Actually, I don't think All Might is on my list, so I'm gonna put it on my list for you, Rajveer. All right? I have to make a note of it to put All Might on my list. Hello, people. It's called Identi pen. Let me show you right here. It's I'm gonna write it in the chat. Hold on a second. All right, right there, Identi pen. It's called Identi pen. It's ready to rock. I thought I was Jamaican, not Nigerian. uh, don't mix the paint with any water. Like if it's one of those pasty paints, then mix it with a little bit of water to where it's thick but not liquidy. You know what I mean? It's still thick but not liquidy. That's so funny, Mareko. That's so funny, man. It's either a coincidence or you ran into it because I put the name in the what's it called? I think part of this is dried enough to where I can tackle. Alright, so I think we're dry enough so I can tackle. Alright, so once you're done this, it's always a good idea to flip it up and look closer at it, because if you look closer at it, you'll see that you've missed a few spots. Like you see all those spots that I missed? These are like holes right there. So what you do is you go back in with your squeeze bottle and fill in the spots that you missed. If I can find my squeeze bottle. Where did I put my squeeze bottle? Alright, here we go. Squeeze bottle. Where's the squeeze bottle, man? Where's the squeeze bottle? Where I put my squeeze bottle? Looking for the squeeze bottle. Right, so apparently the spots there that I missed out. So I gotta go back in with the squeeze bottle in order to fill those spots. And this way I can move forward with the other thing. So I'm just gonna do that. I'm gonna tilt it up a little bit so I can see where the spots are, and then just fill them in. Just fill those in. Okay, first I have to declog my squeeze bottle. There we go. Alright. A dragon? Not a dragon, but I've done a drawing of detail lots of things. Like before glass art videos, I was doing a lot of hyper realism stuff. So most of my stuff have details on it. But glass art is so popular now, and I enjoy it so much that I'm actually just, enjoy doing it and then teaching people how to do it and selling it, making some money from it. So glass art is very popular these days, so you gotta go with where the money is and where the popularity is. That's how you're gonna grow as a channel. Follow the trends, make it happen. Alright, as you can see, I'm filling in all the spots that I missed before. And of course, the same thing with the green. When I'm done with the blacks, I'm gonna go in and fill in the spots that I might have missed with the greens. Sherva, I deleted my Discord because there was Discord in there. people were saying crazy, nasty things to each other, and also I wasn't really able. I didn't really have a lot of time to. I really didn't have a lot of time to get in my Discord and talk to people. I was always so busy doing artwork or whatever, my regular job, whatever. So I never really got a time to get in there. So I thought if I'm not going to be in there to talk to people, I may as well not have it up. I think I filled all the holes there, and now I'm going to try to fill all the holes with the green parts. Okay. Thanks, appreciate that. Okay, let me see, fill that in, fill that in, fill that in. Okay, so there we have it. Alright, so the next thing is, what are we doing here? What are we doing here? Let's go with the what's the good part to go with here? Let's go with dark green. Go with dark green. Alright, so let's squeeze that out. This is the darker green than the green we have there, so I'm just gonna open that up, the pen, and then do the little green areas right there. Come on, get out of there, get out of there. Let me see if I can open that up some more. Alright, let's go. Alright, so I might have to open this up from the other side a little bit more. Alright, let's see. It's not coming out, so I'm just going to open this up from the other side like this. Go in there, find the hole, and just push it through. There we go. Alright, I think I've got it this time. Alright. Yeah, memes. Thank you so much. Alright, so put that there. Now this is the dark green. This is the shadow part of her uniform, her, whatever. Let me see. That's about it. I think that's all. That's all the green I got going on there. This part right here. Okay. So the dark green, and then now there is what else after that? All right. So that's all the dark green on that part, and I'm gonna go in with, what am I doing next? Brown. Yes, this brown. So I'm gonna go in with the dark brown on clothes. Let me see. Could you answer my original question? Rajveer, what is your original question? I'm sorry I missed it. Okay, I have acrylic paint, so do I mix it with water? It depends. If it flows, don't mix it with water. If it's really thick, then mix it with just a little water. But if it flows, do not mix it with water. Just dab it on there. What is your original question, Razvir? Hey Thor, what's up? How are you doing, man? Alright, so what are we doing here? Alright, I'm gonna hit the brown. Alright. Alright. Okay, it's alright. Blue 5056. When did I start doing art? I started doing art when I was 8 years old. And it's all you get. That's all you get. When I was 8 years old. My brown is kind of stuck here, so let me unclog it a little bit. Apex, what's up? Thanks for coming in the room. Thanks for hanging out. What can I do for you, man? Alright, I think this thing is back. I can continue with the browns. There we go. Alright, we seem to be doing okay right here now with the flow of the paint. Okay. Yes. Yes, sir. Wow, that's so Mighty Geek Studios. How did you like find me and whatnot? Where did you get the ash can from? Was it like Chicago Comic Con or something? It depends on how Apex, the original. It depends on how big the pick is and how you want it. You want glass art, or do you want regular like art on paper or whatever? Okay, so I'm gonna go in with the white now, which is gonna be lots of fun. While the brown is drying, I'm gonna go in with the white because highlights are always fun. If I can find my pen now, that'd be nice too. Okay. Oh wow, Chicago Comic Con, bro. Now you're going back. Yes, that was when I launched the ash can. Do you remember the sword raffle? I used to have sword raffles. That was so funny. Alright, so where are we here? Alright, I'm gonna start with the white. Right here. Alright, and of course now I have to declog this bottle. That's one of the things about these bottles. You gotta declog them because the paint dries in the little pin head, and so you have to, before you use it, you have to just kind of make sure that there's no paint stuck in that area. So you gotta put that pin in there before each bottle you use. Each bottle you gotta put the pin in there. Get it out, and then you're ready to go. Oh, okay. Why is this thing still not working? So you were looking for how to publish comic books and ran right into your old buddy, Drawn Into Casey, Kirk Abrigo's channel. For whatever it's worth, thank you for stopping by the booth and buying the comic books, though. I should say buying the ash can, right? It wasn't even a comic book back then. I see things like this happen all the time, and you're gonna have to troubleshoot that later on because it's spilled over. But I have to wait till it dries in order to troubleshoot that, and I'll show you guys how to troubleshoot that in a minute. Because the paint spilled over here, as you can see, spilled over the line. And I'll show you guys how to deal with those pesky little problems when they happen. I just have to wait until the paint dries. Oh, there we go. I get it doing it. Something's going on with this thing. Let's see if I can dab this up. Dab, a little dab will do it. It's okay to just have a little rag. Just kind of soak it up a little bit. And that happens, and here we go. It minimizes the mess. Okay. So we wait till that dries, and then we'll. No, that looks pretty good already anyway. So. Okay, there we go. Where else do I need to put white? In the middle? No, right here with some white. And where else do I put white? Right here. All going good, kid. See white also right here. And white right here. Good. Okay. Lots of managing to do here. Let's see. This white might be a little too liquid. This is exactly what I was talking about. Sometimes you have to not make the white or the paint so liquid. We'll see if it squeezes under the thing or not. Alright, let's try to get this dried so we can do some let me see, here we go. Back then, Chicago Comic-Con was just about comics. Yep, Mighty Geek Studios. Back then, Chicago Comic-Con was about comics, but now they're everything. Pop culture altogether. SpongeBob SquarePants, I discovered your channel in an ad or in a suggestion. Probably in an ad. And how you doing? I was looking for new martial arts comics which were becoming rare. Well, Mighty Geek Studios, do you have any issues of Samurai Guard? You only have the Ashcan? What model? What games? Connor, thank you. Trevor Renate. I opened the Discord and I closed it because I wasn't able to give it enough time. So I decided that it's probably best to just not have it at all. Mighty Geek Studios, back then I was shocked that you were doing a martial arts comic, and even more so that you focused more on the samurai and not just the ninja. Yeah, man. It was, for me, I did a lot of research on the samurai, the Japanese culture, everything. It was a lot of fun, man. Those were the good old days, man. I mean, it was tougher to publish a comic book back then because you didn't have the internet like you do now. Like if I publish comics, I mean, I still make money from Samurai Guard because I do the print on demand. So that's been good. It's finally paying off. But back then, if I had the kind of access to the world like I do today, forget it. It'd have been a much better deal. I got Rengoku on my list there, so at some point it'll come up. Alright, cool, man. So when you're ready to get the trade, man, just I always put the link to get the trade in the description. So whenever you're ready to get the trade, just click that link and buy it. What game are you talking about? Motto, what game are you talking about? You say your sister won a game and you won a game? Enzong Wang, welcome. And Matthew, congrats on almost making it to 100. I see you have a notification here that you left a message. You're almost at the big 100. I'm almost at the big 20,000. The prequel of Samurai Guard? There is no prequel. Cool, cool. I'm just kind of drying the paint here so I can do some corrections with the eyes. The white spilled a little bit, so I have to do some corrections on the eyes. Oh, the sequel. Okay. Sharva, have you read Samurai Guard? I'm thinking about doing a comic book series again, but I don't know on what. Happy birthday, Zoe. Many more blessed years. Oh, that's cool, Sharva. I'm glad you read that. Let me see. You really should. Oh, you mean that version of What If I Created One Punch Man? that the video I did. I should do a lot more of those, right? What if I did this, or what if I created that? What's that, Motto? What do you need to tell me? That's great, Megorium. The challenge is gonna be great. You're gonna love it. I was thinking about it for a few days, and it's gonna be pretty cool. It's gonna be pretty cool. Thanks. Hey, Motto, go on ZHC's channel and write that same thing. Say, hey, Join Ninja KC is my favorite YouTuber, and he wrecks you, ZHC. He gave me this deadpan stare. Oh no, that's so funny. Well, you really don't need much to do the glass art. I'm sure you have acrylic paints already, Megorium, so you already have basically more than what it takes already. I like ZAC too. Oh man, I can't wait to start working on this correction here. Hold on, let me see if this is dried enough for me to correct it. Let me see if this is dried enough for me to correct it, because I'm gonna have to correct this little spill right here. So this is how I correct these little spills. Go in here with the... Well, first of all, I gotta see what it looks like on the other side. All right, so as you can see, it's spilled over a little bit on this eye right here. So I have to go in there and just kind of scratch that out a little bit like this. Being very careful not to scratch out the line. Same thing here. But I don't think this is dried yet, so we'll still have to wait for it to dry before we clean that up. But let me see, I think on this side, nope, we still need to clean it up a little bit more. Still need to do some more cleaning up. As you see, anime glass art is not always straight to the paint, straight to everything, and then you're done. No, you gotta do cleaning up while you're doing it. Alright, so let's flip this and see if we got the mark. Yes, we got it. Well, maybe at the top here a little bit, we can get some more. Okay. Alright, so and over here needs a little bit of fixing up too by the sword where the white spilled. So I'm going to go ahead and just clean that up as well. Here we go. Whew. It's like being a surgeon, you gotta be very precise. Very important to take care of these fine details when you doing this glass art, because not everything is going to be precise. So you're going to have to go back in and clean up certain lines and things like that. And certain paint spills. So that's why having like an X-Acto blade is just priceless. Um, yeah, well, use the acrylics. Those are the ones that work the best. So the acrylics is what you're gonna need to use, not the watercolors, the acrylics. All right, let me dry this some more so that I can do some more correcting and then get back to finishing up this guy right here. Girl, I should say, right? Anime characters is always so sexually ambiguous. You just never know what sex they are. I'm always buying something, Micron, Spectrum, Nora, canvases. Yeah, I know. I'm always buying something too. It's like art supplies are like an addiction. It's like you can't not buy them. It's amazing. Yeah, if you're doing digital art, then yeah, the Apple Pen is definitely a good way to go. If you're doing digital art. Huh? No, I'm not. Yeah, I'm still on the mic. What? You don't know. You said they usually use it. I said I was going to use it. Okay. Can you get the videos? What? Does he get the videos as well? Yes. Did you? I said yes. Fine. It's a little bit more complicated than that, Megorium. I'll tell you one day. No. All right, let me see. I think I can start. I think I can start cleaning this up now. Let's see how far I got on the eye here. All right, that's good. That's good. All right, so that's where I gotta clean up the eye. Bring it around. There we go. Bring it around. Bring it around. There we go. I think I am able to clean up. Very important to clean up these things so they don't show up under the other colors. Got a little bit of hair right there. I don't know where that came from. Come on, get out of there. Crazy piece of hair just stuck on there. Alright, I'm gonna get that out of there. Get that out of there. Let me get that out of there. Got it out. No, it's not. This thing's driving me crazy right here. I'm trying to get this little piece of hair that's driving me crazy. There we go. Okay. Alright, let me see here. Let me just kind of try to fill this up here. There we go. Okay. Okay. Alright, let me see. Oh, what? Late night stream? Yes! Fernando, late night stream. I might make this a part 2, part 1 and part 2, because it's getting pretty late over here. Alright, so let me see. I have to clean up. What else do I have to clean up? Above this right here. Right here. Here we go. Lightly touching that. Okay. All right, what else? Okay, let me see, where am I? I know cleanup is always the worst part, right? But if you don't do it, you're not gonna be anywhere with this thing. So you gotta do the cleanup, man. Let me see. All right, so let me see. Did I do that cleanup part right? Alright, so where am I now? Where am I with the cleanup? Okay, right here. That's good. Okay, so now I saw in the brown while looking that I still need to cover some areas in the brown that I missed, like we did before. So we're gonna just do that right now. Let's cover all the brown areas that we missed. Covered the brown areas. All right, what are we doing next? We're going in with the black areas, not the total blacks, but going with the dark gray area. All right, so I'm going to take this. Open up this really, really dark gray area. The paint over the clear. It's just cool to see. I love art so much. Art is awesome, man. Hello, people. Sorry I left for a while. I ordered the Identi pen off Amazon. All right. Cool way to go. Hello, people. And all base Sharpie paint pen. Okay, cool. Buying art supplies. It's going to be a good day when the order arrives. Yep. Always so excited. Where is Hassan? What's up, man? I can get the Sharpie tomorrow, and the Identi pen arrives on Tuesday. All right, cool. Wait for the Identi pen to arrive, man. Use the Identi pen. I promise you, you will not regret it. You will not regret. All right, so let me see here. Use just the. Uh, 100% pineapple. Would you rather eat pineapple or pizza or anchovy? 100% pineapple. Anchovies, no way. I don't think I know anybody that would eat anchovies on pizza. I mean, I'm sure there are people. I know, right? Right, Mighty Geek? I should probably do some Samurai Guard glass art, man. You know, promote the comic book a little bit, right? That's not a bad idea. Anchovies are not delicious. But Gorium, do you like anchovies? Because I just think they're nasty. But I love pineapple on pizza. For me, that just tastes so good. A nice flavor, kind of like a contradiction. The sweet with the spicy. Oh, yes. I don't know what it is with pineapple and pizza, but oh, they taste so good together. Okay. All right. Just doing the sword right here. Get that out of the way. Okay. Artichokes and spinach. I like broccoli and spinach. Also chicken on pizza. Snow Coast, welcome back. There are certain things you don't say in front of an old Italian woman. My godmother would on my tongue saying that pineapple works on pizza. Yeah, the elitists they don't think that pineapple works. Pizza should be pizza. That's it. Oh my goodness. Broccoli, yeah, and like if you can get a what's it called, a buffalo chicken pizza. Oh my god, that is so good. That is so good. All right, so I'm gonna. What am I doing here? I'm utilizing my. What am I utilizing here? Okay, no. Oops. I'm utilizing my red. My red enamel paint pen right here. It's never gonna work. It's never gonna work. So now I go to the brush. Go to the brush to utilize the brush. Dip it in the red paint, and we'll be good to go. So here's the red paint. This Create Text paint is what I use because it already has a great flow. You can just start painting with that right there. So I need to make 2 red spots on this thing. So one right here for the earring and one right here. So this is the part where I use my brush. Okay. I'll be using the brush again later on for the eyes. I cannot find upside down pineapple cake. No, I do not have any tattoos. Alright, so here's a true story, alright? So I was actually studying to be a tattoo artist at some point. And I stopped. I even bought, I bought everything. I bought the tattooing machine. I bought the ink, all that stuff. I even bought this fake skin and stuff to tattoo on. So as I'm practicing and everything, like a month into it, I realized that I'm wasting my time because I don't want a tattoo. And people are not really going to want to get a tattoo from a person with no tattoos. So I figured I might as well just give it up and move on. And that's exactly what I did, man. I was like, nah. Not gonna do it. Not gonna do it. So that's exactly what I did. I gave it up and I moved on, man. What else are you gonna do, right? Alright, let me see. Where am I? Alright, so I think this thing is dried enough so I can. I have to do some troubleshooting. Where do I have to do it? Yep, right there. Right there on the eye. Let's see, did I get that? Alright. Alright, so now I gotta put this back in where it belongs. Now, where did I leave that off? There it is. That's where I need to do that. Right up there. Okay. That should work. So I think I should have this right there. Yep. All right. I think we're looking good here. All right. So cleaning that up right there. I think I'm gonna have to thicken that white paint. All right. So while that gray is drying, I'm gonna go in and do. What am I gonna go in and do here? All right. I'm gonna do the black part of the eye, and then the red part. So. Okay, that is looking pretty spiffy. Of course, I can't find anything I need to find right now. I'm looking for my wet wipes and I can't find them anywhere. So, all right. So for the hair, we're gonna do a little brownish red. My origin story? Okay. Let me see here. Origin story. Well, I'm originally from Guyana, South America. Okay. And I came here when I was 7 years old. Why can't I find my wet wipes? Jeez Louise, man. I gotta clean off these brushes and I can't find my wet wipes. Came here when I was 7 years old, and I actually started drawing when I was 8 years old. So that's as far as it goes. Actually, I started drawing when, because I wanted to impress this girl that that liked my brother because he used to draw, and so I figured if I started drawing, then she would like me too, and I'd be able to nab her from him. But because every time he brought drawings to school, she was all over him, like, oh, nice drawing, nice drawing. So I was like, all right, I see how you living. I'm going to start to draw, and then you're going to be all over me too, just like you're all over my brother. But that was not the case. Sorry to have to tell you guys. I don't think it was the drawings that she liked. I think she just liked him. He was 4 years older than me. I think she was too. she wasn't even like in my age range. But he, at some point, I think for him drawing was just a hobby, but I kept doing it because I really enjoyed it. So turns out that it was my calling, so I just kept doing it. That is not adorable. I got turned down by the girl. Alright, so I'm going to do the hair right now with the brush because I don't have any paint mixed for the hair. So I'm going to go ahead and just kind of dab it with the brush like I told you guys. And I'm going to get a smaller, thinner brush right here. A thinner nib so that I can get it in those little squeeze parts right there. So, as I went on, I ran into people that, drew. Like for me, I was always the class artist, right? So one day, and this always happens to every artist, my thing was like I would copy a picture, bring it to class. Or I was the master copier. All right. So then one day, I met this guy. His name was Ian. He was able to draw these little comic books out of his head. And he was in my class, and like everybody was like, "Oh wow, he's better than you, Kirk. He's better than you, Kirk." So that was the first time I decided I would not copy anymore. Everything that I draw now is gonna be out of my head. Man, was I bad at that. I was terrible at it. But I was determined. I was like, I'm not copying anymore. I gotta be better than Eon. I gotta reclaim my crown. So after a couple of years, I actually got better than him. He doesn't even. I don't think he even draws anymore. I mean, I think I ran into him like maybe 12 years ago, and he drew a picture. I was like, bruh, so much better than you now. So yeah, I've always been bullied because of my race, and it made me feel bad. Also, kind of on the chubby side, so not that fat, but still chubby. And my sister always called me fat and stopped eating so much. Aiden, my friend, you must not let those type of things bother you. I know it's easier to say, man, but bro, people, especially kids are tremendously like cruel. And it's not until you're a grown up that you realize that when you were a kid, you were really very mean to a lot of people. And if somebody is calling you names, and this is a fact, if somebody's calling you names, it's because they want you to feel less than they are. And if they want you to feel less than they are, it's because they already think that you're better than they are. So they find ways to make you feel bad about yourself so that you can feel less than they are. Of course, you don't discover this until you're grown up. Like, why would you insult somebody that you already thought was less than you? You don't. There's people that when people think that you're better than them and they want to bring you down, and they start calling you names. So don't fall for that trap. Know that if they're calling you names, it's because they're jealous of you in some way. Perhaps you're a good-looking guy and they still don't want you being around them. Because you're stealing all the girls, man. Know what I mean? Stealing all the girls. Alright, so let me see. Okay, that's the hair. I have to mix the paint for the hair, so let me see if that actually. Alright, see all the pieces in there that are like transparent? I'm gonna have to go. See, now if I did this with the squeeze bottle, I wouldn't have those transparent pieces. So once that dries, I have to go in there and all those pieces, the little white pieces you see, I have to go in there and dab them again with the paint. Which is not a good thing. I should probably just try to dab them now because I want to make sure I got the same. Yeah, I'm going to do that now. I want to make sure I got the same pigment through the whole thing. So I'm going to go and dab them now. Megorium, That's a nice little revenge story right there. Yeah, you see now, people's. This is what it looks like when you dab with the brush on the other side. It has to be nice and thick. Don't use brush strokes, just dab. You guys will have your art come out spectacular. Keep the dabs going. Make sure you have a fine enough brush to hit the little spaces right there that you need to hit. There we go. Let's see if I got it on the other side. Yep, that's a lot better now, right? Just a few spots that we missed, but there you go, right here. Alright, see if we can get those spots in. Okay. Okay. I think that ought to do it. I'll do it for my hair right there. Alright, so the next thing is that we can do is probably what's the next thing here? What should we do next? What should we do next? The light brown. Larissa the Pug, thank you so much. I think it's gonna come out so good too. Although I don't know, I might have to do a part 2 tomorrow. But yeah, this is looking pretty good. This is looking pretty good. Still can't find my. Still looking for my. Hold on 1 second, guys. I'll be back in 1 minute. I can't find my. Alright, here he is. Back in the game. Alright, so we're going to do the blacks next, and then we're going to do the brown, like the light brown. Let's see. There's a dark brown, there's a light brown, this brown here. Alright, where are we? Where are we? Okay. We can do that. Okay, here we go. Hit the brown right now. Have you thought about doing self-portrait in anime style using this glass? Self-portrait anime style? That's a good idea. Has anybody else ever done that? Because if they didn't, I think I would do that. Self-portrait anime style glass art. That's not a bad idea. Not a bad idea. Okay. More work. way here. Okay. Let me see. Have you done? Okay, I haven't seen anyone do it yet. All right, so I might do that, Kalisa. There's something special I got coming up though, so wait for it. But it's gonna be really cool. I think that special thing I'm gonna use to launch the challenge, the anime art challenge. All right, those are the pin nib squeeze bottle. I'm gonna put it in the description below the video once the video is up, so where you can buy them, because those man, I tell you, those really make the difference. I'm telling you, man, those really make the difference. Okay, what else am I? So let's go with. I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna go with this brown right here for that little scar. Let's see, scar. Let's put that. Maybe just a little gray. Okay. Alright, so I'm doing that little birthmark on her forehead right there. That's gonna be. Alright, so I'm mixing the paint here for that little thing on her forehead. Let me see. Because after that, I think I'm just gonna go in with the skin tones after they dry. So I'm about to do my first glass painting, and I am confused about whether to do the light or dark colors first. Which do you do first? Okay, definitely do the blacks first, right? So if there's any blacks, do the blacks, all right? Then after you do the blacks, do the shadows, okay? After you do the shadows, do the highlights. Anything that looks white or near white, do that next. So that's the third. And then after the highlights, go into do the mid-tone colors, like the flesh tone and things like that. But for me, I always leave the face for last anyway, because for some reason, I don't know, I always like to leave the face for last for some reason. So instead of doing the shadows on the face while I'm doing the shadows everywhere else, I'm actually gonna just go and do the shadows on the face last, or the shadows on the skin last. For some reason, that's my process here. Right. So as you can see, there's a few things that I missed out on here that I'm gonna have to fill in. So let's start with, what am I filling in here? Let's start with the brown, because that's gonna dry if I don't fill it in. Let's see. I always do dark colors first. Alright, brown is done. Okay. And so I'm gonna do the shade, the shadows next for while those shadows are drying. I'm gonna fill in all those other areas that I missed out on. So going back to where I missed the spots now. All right, looks like we're working, cooking with gas here. Cooking with gas. So we gotta get this side. Okay. What's the next question? Hi Ari, how are you? Numerous pizza, thanks man, appreciate that. I'm trying to see if I can get the whole thing done and then I do the reveal at the end. That'd be cool. And this is actually the opposite side. So imagine when I do the reveal, I turn it around and you guys can see it. That'd be awesome, right? Alright, so let me see what I'm doing. I'm gonna do now the sword part right here. Okay. Okay. All right. So what's left is the once this dries, I can do the I can do the flesh tone, and that would be super cool. And I think that would be done. Like if we can get that done by tonight, that'd be super cool. I could do it all in one video. All in one video. All right, so let's put the fan on this and try to get it dried. Boom. Let's get the fan this up here. So while this is drying, I got some time to answer some questions. Shoot it at me. A lot of Aries in here tonight. Uh, who just pooped their pants? And why are you pooping your pants? Thanks, man. Um, thanks, Ari. Yep, they are sharper then. But remember, this is the opposite side. You have to turn it over in order to see the real deal. Okay, so, but I'm not turning it over yet until I'm finished with everything. And then at the end of it, I'll do a big reveal at the end, okay? So, why not? I'm just going to go all the way to the end. I'm going to finish it tonight. Why not, right? I get them from, I think I got these bottles from eBay. Ari, I'm gonna put a link in the description, like on my I think on my short, the short tutorial video. There's a link to where you can get the bottles, but I'm gonna put a link in the description for this video, where you can get the bottles and where you can get all the other stuff. Oh, the progress is looking good, man. The progress is looking good. Thanks, pizza. I aim to be inspiration, man. I think he meant reveal, not reduction. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna use a brush. Then next time I paint on glass, if that turns out bad, I would pick up some pen nib squeeze box. No, you can use brush. Aiden, you can totally use a brush. There's nothing wrong with using a brush. I'm just saying with the pen nib bottles, it's just so much easier to paint rather than dabbing. And with the pen nib bottles, you really just have to go over it once, as you know, other than that one time where you have, like, if you miss spots, because the pen nib bottles also put down a nice, good deposit of paint. So you're not dabbing for like a while before you get down a nice paint. And the pen nib bottles also, because they're so small, the nibs are so small, you can get the tiny areas as well. So. I used an Identi pen. And this right here, the Identi pen, that's what I used to do the lines. So we all look up to you as an art mentor, but who do you look up to, Casey? So we all look up to you as an art mentor, but who do you look up to, Casey? Like, who's a couple of your favorite artists? A couple of my favorite artists, I would have to say from the beginning would be Jim Lee. He's the comic book artist. I've always just loved his artwork and his art style. The next one is, even probably before Jim Lee, is Norman Rockwell. I just love, like, he's my favorite artist of all time, Norman Rockwell. And just coincidentally, when I was in college, his great nephew was my comic book class professor. What a weird deal, right? His great nephew was my comic book class professor. Norman Rockwell, of course, Bob Ross, very inspirational. Jim Lee. I'm a big fan of Leonardo da Vinci. Mostly his sketches rather than his paintings. Who else? Who else? Who else? Who else? Who? Oh yeah, Alex Ross. He's like very inspirational to me. The guy who draws all those superhero watercolors. Let me see. Do you mix water and paint for the perfect consistency for the bottles? Um, as far as the paint's concerned, I use something called Createx, right? And this Createx paint comes like in these bottles, and they already have the perfect consistency. So I just squeeze them into the bottles and mix them up. Your girl Ari, what kind of paint do you recommend for glass paintings like this? Definitely acrylic paints and enamel paints. I use enamel paints a lot for my art paints. There's let's see, the enamel paints that I recommend are these right here, the Testor's enamel paints. These are what like people who do model cars and stuff. These are the ones that they use, but they are excellent for anime art. And I mostly use these for anime art because I think they come out better than the acrylics. But most people have acrylics at hand, so I try to also cater to the people who have acrylics at hand so that they can easily just start working on it right away. But the Testors, for me, the Testors enamel paint are the best paints. If you can stand the smell, because it smells like paint. I went to college at FIT in New York, Enzang Wayne. Comics are the best. People who read comics don't always realize how much work and how many artists work on it. Yeah, man, numerous pieces. You're right. Comic books take a lot of work. So comic book artists to me are right up there, with like the best in the world. Arca FN, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Thanks for stumbling in. Yeah, Megorium. I love the classics, man. The classic painters just had it down pat, They knew what they were doing. Thanks, Riley. Wait till I flip it over. Enzong Wang, right? Maybe I should do a giveaway for this. Maybe I should give it to one of you guys who were in the room for so long, right? Ari says she loves the smell of paint, or he loves the smell of paint, I should say. My goodness, I will never forget the first video I saw of Casey's. LOL, I searched drawing on a magnet doodle, and that's how I found you drawing. Oh my god, is that how you found me? What was it? Magnet doodle masterpieces. I didn't even know that's how you found me. Magnet doodle masterpieces. I remember that. I enjoyed doing that video, man. That was so fun. I should do another Magnet Doodle masterpiece video. I still got my Magnet Doodle here. I think do you think comic artists or manga artists are more impressive? I think they're equally impressive, to be honest with you. I think they're equally impressive because they both put in the same amount of work into their craft. So, yeah. Your girl Ari, you were at my first video? You were here that long? What was my first video? Okay, Ari, I'm sorry. You're a she, her. I just wanted to make sure. What is the yas for? Is that for the giveaway or what? Or is that for the Magnet Doodle? No, it's not weird, Aiden. Just don't sniff the paint too much. Okay. We're almost dry enough to go in with the... I think we're dry enough to go in with it. Hold on a second. To go in with the finished touch right here. I just need to sharpen this part right here. Let's see here. Alright, let me see what am I doing. Alright, so let me clean this up right here. And then I can... Alright, so let me put something, I'm going to put this on here so that I can see where the white spots are. So I'm going to take this black card, and I'm going to be drawing on black cards at some point too, but this way I can see where the white spots are that I need to clean up. Clean them up. Alright. Okay, there we go. There are so many different types of art and art supplies. I'm barely scratched. Yes, Pizza, you are correct. You are correct. You barely scratched the surface, man. I'm telling you. So much further to go. So much further to go. That's exactly why I dabble in everything. Like, if you guys know me and you know my channel, you know that I dabble in every single thing. Still trying to make this work. Alright, where am I here? Where am I here? Alright, I need black. So I need to get in there with the black. Black. Alright. Okay. Where is that brush that I need for this red area? Man, I'm losing everything around here. I can't even do anything right. Here we go. Too much paint right there, but... Let me see. What's this? I don't think it's even came out in there. What are you guys talking about? What's come out on Crunchyroll? Okay. Oh, Demon Slayer the movie. Does anybody have who has Funimation? A Funimation account? Because everything that's on Funimation now is also now on Hulu. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna go in. What am I doing here? No. What is this? Alright, I think I'm gonna put the last finishing touch here. I hope I have enough of this paint. Aiden, that is not a very nice thing to say. I would be crying if this thing broke. Are you kidding me? Alright, so let me see here. Alright, that should do it. Oh, finishing touches coming right up. Hmm. Almost there. Ari, how to smudge proof your? Yeah, that's yes, that's I remember that one. That's the one where I screamed and the whole galaxy heard me. Okay, there we go. All right, let me see this here. Put that down. All right, so before I do a reveal, I'm just gonna make sure that this is dry. I'm gonna put the fan on it, and as I put the fan on it, you guys can ask away some more questions. Oh, wait a minute. I think I need to put one more dab of red. Okay, that'll work. All right, give me about 5 minutes, and then I'll flip it over. So I'm not just drying it. So what's going on here? Reveal is soon. It's best you put on public if you want to grow. Well, I am on public. I'll accept anyone who follows me. No, I can't wait. Numerous, but people can't really discover you if you're private. And nope, it's not. It's gonna look so good. Yep. Ari, Casey, do you personally know Obama? Yes, I do. How did you know? He comes over for dinner every now and then. Pizza says, yeah, I know, but my dad is too controlling. Uh, oh, yeah, I know the too controlling thing. But your dad just has your best interest in mind. Obama is his last name. Aiden Howard. The first time I did this, not only it looked horrible when I put it in the picture frame, but so much pressure and it broke. By the way, my first time doing glass art was yesterday. Well, this is gonna have to dry overnight before I put it in the frame, but it should look pretty good. I did. I gave him a commission. That's right. I already know what his favorite chips are, man. It's the barbecue Doritos. Nah, I didn't do it. No. Enzong Wang is always ribbing me about doing commissions for people. My favorite anime is an anime called The Guyver. That's the one I did the short for on my channel. I've It's been around since I was a kid, so that's always been my favorite anime. But if you're talking about like recent anime stuff, I'd probably have to say Dragon Ball Z. AOT. Yeah, I'm actually watching it now. I haven't finished it yet, but I wanna finish it. I'm almost done with the first season. I'm really enjoying it. So no spoilers, please. I'm only 2 episodes into Demon Slayer, so I'm still trying to figure out what I like about it. You feel that down because I didn't do a commission for Obama? Enzong, I don't think they realized that you were kidding about it. Oh my goodness. See, you gotta be careful what you're saying here, man. Trying to get this thing to dry so that I can at least turn it over without it, you know. I wish I did a commission for Obama. My first time watching anime is when I was 9. I didn't even know what anime was. The anime was called Detective Conan. It's about a guy who was drugged and turned into a kid, and he solves crimes. Interesting. Yeah, I know. Isn't that something? When when I had a T-shirt, when I owned a T-shirt printing company, I did T-shirts for a couple of famous people. But I never did like. At least I don't think I did any art for any famous people. But I'm gonna change that real soon. Hey Chase, welcome. Hands on, that's very funny. That's very funny. I get it. I get it. Yes, Megorium, I noticed that you are staying away from doing art for anybody. Well, Clarissa, you get motivated by watching other artists. You get inspired by them. I mean, sometimes we run into a kind of like a rut, and we don't want to do art anymore or whatever. But the best way, like when I feel like I'm in a rut, I look at other artists' work and they inspire me. So the best thing I can tell you to do is just look at other artists' work. Any artist that you like, look at their work and just get inspired by it and just start doing stuff. Casey, out of these three categories, what do you think are a goat, God? What do you think you are? Goat, God, C, the best. The best, C. Bob Ross was the greatest of all time, and well, of course, God is God, so you can't. The creator of the universe, you can't be better than that. But the best, yeah, I could go with that. Hey, Ari, welcome back. Okay, so I don't really do digital art. Only like I do color rendering in Photoshop, but I don't really do digital art from start to finish. But if you enjoy, my thing is if you enjoy digital art, then go for it, man. There's nothing wrong with it. The best. Thank you. I'll take that. You guys are too kind. You guys are too kind, man. You guys gotta spread the word about my channel, man, so my channel can grow. You know what I mean? So far, I got 89 likes. Well, school is important, but what I would do if I were you, I would buy a sketchbook and some like pens and stuff, and walk around with your sketchbook so you always have it there with you. And when you get a quiet moment, just sit down and sketch stuff. Yes, Enzong Wang. I'm gonna do something soon with art that's unique. Stay tuned. Gerardo Perez, how you doing, sir? You're welcome, Clarissa. Clarissa the Pug. Anytime. Me too, Enzong Wang, but I love doing my YouTube channel better. Who disliked? Somebody disliked? Man, this thing's taking forever to dry. Let's see what's going on here. Let's see if there's anything going on here. Actually, I did miss a few parts here. Let me get in there. Get in there and fix that up. Alright, so hold on a second. Let me fix up these missing parts here. Alright, where is it? Where is it? I'll do the review in a second once I close up all these open. Why can't I find anything that I'm looking for? There we go. So, there we go. Alright, there we go. Alright, so I think I'm ready. I'm not ready to reveal yet. Not yet. Still have to make this thing dry a little bit. Oh, I know how to make it dry. I have a way for it to dry quickly. No, I don't. Alright, so let me see if I can bring in my heat gun, and that'll speed up the drying process. Okay, heat gun in the house. Alright, let's see if this works a little bit. Heat gun in the house. Ah. Why didn't I think about this before, right? Okay, peoples. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna put this in here now. Alright. Another blast with the heat gun, then I'll do the reveal. Alright, good for you. Good for you with 50 subs. Somebody disliked. Can you believe that? Alright. Let this cool down for a second, then the reveal. Drum roll according to Clarissa. Alright, here we go. Alright, here we go. Big reveal. Let me hold this back a little bit. Alright, there we go. Alright, here we go. I can't put it like, on the table because it's still wet at the back, but here we go. And that's the reveal. Thank you, thank you. Let me see, there's a little spot right there that I should probably fix. There we go. Yeah, this is it. Thank you, thank you. Let me see, maybe we can put a little thing in the back of it so you can kind of get a better look at what it looks like. Well, yeah, see? Not bad, right? So I take it you guys like it? Let's see. A little spot right there. Oh, you always see the spots you miss after you're quote unquote done. Okay, so yeah, there you have it, ladies and germs, ladies and joims. Everything's good to go. So at this point, usually you just like clean up the back, clean up any little spot that you might have missed. And then once it dries, you put it in the thing. But I'm gonna have to wait till tomorrow for this to dry completely before I put it in the frame. Okay. Well, yeah, man. There you have it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So anybody who wants to see the process, just direct them to this video and they can see my whole process from beginning to end. This way, if they have any questions, they already have it on this video. So let me do a reveal. I don't want to, of course, I can only reveal, but I can't really put it down because the paint of the back is still kind of wet. See, I even got some on my hands right here. Look at that. But yeah, there we go. And there it is without the back. Let's take a closer look right there. You got the shadows, everything, you know, you got everything good. You're good to go. All right. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna let this dry, and put it in the frame tomorrow, and then maybe I'll take a picture and leave that as the thumbnail for the video. What shadow on the table? You mean this? Right here? This. This shadow on the table. This one. Agorium, get your mind out the gutter. Thank you, hello people. Thanks, guys. Well, I'm going to call this a video. Oh, when you picked up the glass? Oh, okay. Right, the shadow, right? Gotcha. Oh, is that like, oh, let me see what you're talking about. Like this? Let me see. And then you tilt it, and then you see the silhouette, right? I get it. I see it. Yes. Interesting. All right. So I'm gonna do. Let me see. Maybe another stream at some point. Man. But yeah, man. Thank you guys for coming and watching, and I appreciate you sticking it through for 3.5 hours of anime glass art and drying time. Let me see. How do you come up with a YouTube photo for your channel's image? I'm changing my channel to the arts and more, and I can't figure out what to make the picture. Well, just think about what you represent, what the channel represents, and just try to find something that represents that, a picture, a graphic, whatever, and then use that. But make a drawing of it. It's pretty cool. Stained glass anime art. That sounds painful. But hey, why not, right? Why not? But stained glass is also very transparent, so it probably wouldn't work for anime because it's so transparent. Stained glass you see through, whereas with the anime glass art, you don't really see through this thing. All right, this thing does look good. Oof. All right, peoples. I will see you around. Thank you for joining me, and maybe one of these days I'll pick a winner for this thing out of the people that are left in the room. All right, guys. Take care. I'm going to end the stream now. Thanks a lot for joining. It was a pleasure talking to everybody. And for everybody who joined, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Megorium, thanks a lot for being the best moderator ever. I couldn't get the word. Couldn't get the word out. All right, guys, take care. Ah, sugar. That's so Texan. Have a good night, sugar. You sound so Texan when you say that. All right. Take care, guys. I know, right? It was very. I couldn't get the word out of my mind, man. I couldn't get the word out of my mind. Anyway, guys, you take care, and I'll see you guys probably for the next stream. We'll see. All right. Bye-bye.